what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 1, Episode 8. So let's get to it, shall we? So I guess it's time for everybody to start trying to make their pitch for their platform. Giselle's would be skincare. She is trying to start a makeup line for women of color. So she meets with the chemist. She says that it's important that she shows her little girls the business side of her, and that they can strive to be something else than a pretty woman on a pastor's arm. So the skin chemist says, well, you know what, we need to get a focus group together and get some people of color, and they all give their opinions of certain things that you might be proposing. So of course she thinks, I'm going to invite all the girls from Potomac. She tells everybody to come. Ashley is the first one to get there. She says she's nervous because fuck, she is tired of trying to make these old bitches happy, and she never seems to make them happy. She goes up to Giselle and she's just like, are you still upset with me, for what happened at the beach house? Giselle's like, yeah, it wasn't more so about him coming. It was like how you handled it. I was just like, again, it's changed. They was real pissed about the fact that the nigga came, and that was it. Not how she handled it. Just the fact that he was there. But Giselle's just like, whatever, I've moved on. I ain't gonna hold no grudge anyway. Fuck, this is a TV show. I getting a check. That's all I care about. But you gonna have to deal with, Miss Potomac herself, who was real upset about Michael showing up there. So she was like, you gotta work on the other girls, honey. I done moved on already. Charisse gets there. And again, Charisse says she's over it as well. Karen is also there. She sees Ashley. This is the first time she's seen Ashley since, the shit went down at the beach house. And she says that she's going to talk to Ashley because that is what women of my stature does. I'm gonna sit down and try to get your fucking ass right. But before we get started on that, again, Giselle gives her speech about how she's getting this skincare line together, and how growing up she was very uncomfortable with how people saw her. People didn't see her as black, didn't see her as white. It was just kind of this hybrid of a whole lot of, whatever. And, she wasn't very comfortable or confident with how she looked until she got into her 40s. I'm not going to say nothing because maybe she did feel that way. I feel like Giselle's a very beautiful woman. And I feel like she should have known that she was a very beautiful woman. Real pretty people, when they try to tell us that story, even though it might be very true, and I'm sure some of you guys will get in my comments and explain to me your whole story. But I still will say pretty people have a step up in life, bitch. Try to be a motherfucking ooga booga and try to get your life together. So, but whatever. If she felt like that, I'm just glad that she realizes it in her 40s now that she's beautiful. But then, of course, they're testing out the stuff and whatever. Finally, Ashley and Karen, they get to sit down and have a discussion about, what happened. Ashley immediately is just like, I don't give a fuck. I know you guys is upset about my man coming down there. He's my husband. It's his house. Well, you don't understand. Am I doing it, y'all? I can't see. The sun is in my eyes. It wasn't because he was a man. It was just because I wasn't comfortable with him being there. Ashley was like, bitch, no, you threw a fucking tantrum like a 5-year-old and nobody was willing to sit there and, coddle your ass, so you got mad. Oh, why she say that? Because that Karen was like, bitch, now you ain't gonna sit here and talk to me crazy another goddamn time. Giselle was just like, okay, this shit is getting bigger. This is supposed to be the focus group. Like, you guys are gonna have to, continue. I'm gonna give you a few more minutes. I'm gonna let you speak. And then y'all got to wrap this shit up. Well, Karen sees that it ain't gonna go well. And definitely Ashley ain't gonna kowtow to Miss Karen. Ashley was like, bitch, fuck you and your old ass and give a damn what you think. That was my man's house. He could come if he want to. What is the nothings of the show? Robin talking to her husband, kind of going down memory lane about, how her and her husband, when they first got together, them sleeping in a twin bed, because she was telling them about when she was at the beach house and how her and Giselle got put in the kids' room. And, then she's like, oh, we used to sleep in a twin bed. Can you believe it? And, whatever. We also got a little nothing story of Charisse in her backyard at her pool trying to learn how to swim. She kind of wanted to get on the surfboards with the girls when they was at the beach, but she knew that she couldn't swim. And bitch, you ain't gonna have her out there looking crazy about the head and choking and flailing and all of that. She was just like, nah, bitch, I ain't doing it. But she realized that, this is the time to tackle fears. Now that she ain't got her man no more, got all this time on her hands, bitch, I might as well learn how to swim. She has the man come over there. They trying to teach her. I tell you, that is the most The most humbling experiences when when you are the most powerful. I'm not saying that Sharice is, but I'm just giving an example. When you're the most powerful of a person, and then when you get into do something where you absolutely don't know how to do at all, that's when you know you just kind of showing your true self, when you are vulnerable, because ain't nothing worse than seeing somebody just flail around as a water that stands and walks tall otherwise. We also saw when Katie was at home, with the kids and her lesbian nanny. They're about to celebrate the birthdays of they said Renee and somebody else, but they didn't never say who them people were. It was strange. But anyway, they're celebrating. Andrew is there. Katie tells us that Andrew is a great guy, that he gives her everything that she wants. Okay, he's even a good fuck. He just has a hard time with this marriage thing. But, like she said, he gonna come around. He gonna give her that ring. Anyway, she sits down. She tells him about the trip to the beach as well. And the fact that, it was supposed to be a good time, girls getting together, weekend, and then all of a sudden it was a fucking downer because they was having this sister circle that Sharice had made them sit down and everybody was crying. Remember I said the same thing, like, bitch, we on a getaway. Nobody's trying to sit up here and fucking cry all the damn time. She was just like, and it just got real mean. It got real nasty. She didn't give him the details, though, of Giselle, which was interesting. I was just like, now, why didn't she say anything? She said because Andrew doesn't really like Giselle already. He's pissed at her for not helping with her event that she put on the back burner, might I add, because she don't know how to do shit herself, and nobody wants to help her, and she don't have contacts, and she can't get in touch with no damn body, even though we gonna talk later on about these so-called contacts that bitch is supposed to have. She's just gonna wait a few months, and now she's just gonna concentrate on this hosting this swim meet. Oh, you put your whole thing for $100,000 on hold because you want to go fucking host some bitches in bathing suits on, modeling on the side. Girl, stop it. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that she didn't tell him about Giselle, because I'm thinking to myself, like, well, ain't nothing better than a fucking we hate that bitch party when you talking to somebody. If they don't like them as much as you don't like them, hell, we can sit here and talk about that bitch for like 30 minutes. So why didn't you tell her? So yeah, she said she didn't do it because she was, she's just trying to not get him all riled up. I was like, well, we're going to see what comes out of that. But yeah, speaking about this swim meet, like I said, she's a host. It just looks like a little, basically a fashion show on the side of a pool. And Katie really is just a socialite with the connections to connections, but not necessarily a connection herself. But yeah, she hosted with some Emmy Award winning guy that we didn't know what was named, Vince DePaul or something like that. Ciao. Let's get to Karen in this event. So you guys know she's supposedly having this Alzheimer's fundraising event. Somebody in Ray's family had died from Alzheimer's the year before, and then her mom had just been diagnosed with dementia. And so she said it's a cause that's near and dear to her heart. She's gonna get all her big money, big pocket people out to her foundation, her fundraising party, and she gonna get this wet. She's talking to her assistant, they trying to come up with all these grandiose ideas. The bitch gonna say something about a damn praise dancer. I said, don't you have no fucking praise dancer at a fundraising for all the who's who in Potomac? Why are you trying to have a praise dancer there? And they was coming up with all these ideas, and here come Uncle Jessup Daddy, he come out there. He was just like, no. We don't need none of that. What we need to do is we gonna scale it back. Okay, we gonna scale it way, way, way back. Okay, remember them 3 ways, y'all. And Karen says, you know what? The money says that we don't need to have this great big old thing, and fuck, I'm gonna respect the money. Sweetheart, I'm gonna listen to what you say. We ain't gonna do none of that. Okay, whatever you say goes. Okay, and the money would be Ray. Now, Karen sets up a golfing date with Ashley and her husband, Karen and Ray, because Karen couldn't break through to that goddamn Ashley to save her life. So she figures, she would have Ray handle it. Okay, because that's what the women of Potomac do. Oh shit. Ashley was just like, I think it's real childish that she's even involving the men, because it has nothing really to do with the men. I mean, it definitely doesn't have nothing to do with Ray, but I guess Ray was just like, he got to defend the honor of his wife. So they out there on the golf course, and that these are 2 couples that would never ever even be together whatever. So it's weird, you know, it just don't make sense that they even at this together, but, you know, they trying to play nice for the camera or whatever. Then all of a sudden it comes time for Ray to confront Michael, and he was just like, listen here, Sonny, I don't appreciate you being at the beach house with my wife. Michael was just like, well, I don't understand. If there's a problem that I need to apologize for, I will apologize. But it's my house, my wife. And Ray was just like, well, my wife likes to wear skimpy pajamas. I don't want no man seeing my wife in skimpy pajamas. I was thinking to myself, like, Lord, they're gonna have these two old ass men fighting. I don't want to see Uncle Jessup Daddy and Michael up here fighting on this damn golf course, you know. Michael's just like, well, I don't want to see the old bitch like that either, tell you the truth. What the fuck I'm gonna be looking at your goddamn old ass wife when I got this young tenderoni here? She just turned 27, 28, something like that, bitch. What the fuck? I'm fucking around with Karen's old ass anyway. Nigga, get out of here. Karen just says, you know, well, they're just tacky. We would never have anything else to do with them. They don't want to have nothing to do with y'all either, okay? Like I said, them two would never be together anyway, so it's just like, whatever. But Karen was just like, yes, honey. My baby read them down, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, like, it was just a regular conversation. Nothing happened. But I guess in her, you know, Karen's mind, you know, the money had talked. And as far as this party, so, you know, she meets up again with the assistant. And they trying to wrap up the plans. You know, now they got to worry about the flowers, what they going to have, okay? She wants to have cherry blossoms. The man at the damn place was like, here we go with these niggas thinking that cherry blossoms just blossom any old fucking time. He was like, you can't get cherry blossoms right now. The assistant, well, I know you can import them. He was like, nope, that's where you wrong again, sis. You can't get them imported. They only grow a certain time of the year everywhere. So you ain't going to have no damn cherry blossoms. Then, you know, of course, you know, Karen was just like, I just need to have some flowers. Where are the roses? She comes up with a bright idea. She's going to have 89 flowers for, you know, Uncle Jessup Daddy's mama. She was 89 years old when she passed, okay? Lived a full life. You know, she needs full blossoming red beautiful roses, okay? Mr. Man was like, I got you on that. It is the day of the event. Make sure everybody getting ready. Karen is going to now have it at her home. I was thinking, well, she has a nice enough home. I'm sure it's a beautiful backyard. They can put some tents out there, dance floor down, you know, have the music, because Ray got her a live band, a jazz quartet, I think it was. You know, have the music out there, have it softly playing, you know, people can have some ambiance and all that. This is what I'm thinking in my mind when she says she's gonna have it at the house. Okay. Bitch. You ain't gonna sit here and try to make me believe that a motherfucking meeting in your damn house at 2 o'clock in the daytime in the kitchen is a fucking gala. Bitch had the nerve to call it an old gala. And that she was raising money. I said, bitch, she had people standing around in the kitchen just waiting, you know. I said, in the kitchen? Now look, I am not the most etiquette-filled person by any means, but damn it, I know what the fuck is right and what's wrong. We ain't gonna have bitches that we trying to get money from standing in the goddamn kitchen, a dated-ass kitchen. The kitchen ain't even fresh. You don't have them sitting in the damn kitchen waiting for this party. Now, they got a couple of damn bar tables. They went to Party City and got some fucking plastic covers. Had the nerve to make them red, you know, because they were going to have all these blossoming roses and shit. They got the damn tables sitting there. It's about 5 of them. I said, bitch, we only going to have 5 tables full? I mean, little teeny tiny table full of people at this bitch. How much money you trying to raise? When Katie get there, she looking around like, so this is what she was so tied up with? Bitch, you didn't put everybody on the back burner and said you got, you know, you didn't talk it up like you just didn't, you so busy. But bitch, I could have did that. I ain't never professed to be no party planner. Katie was just like, Karen kept making it a point to say we scaled it way bad. No, bitch, way back. You ain't gonna sit up here and get no fucking money out of me at this bullshit. Anyway, the girls are all there with the exception of Ashley. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that Giselle did pull Katie to the side and was just like, oh, I realized that you weren't at my skincare thing. And Katie was just like, oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I really wanted to be there. Okay, sarcasm dripping. Giselle was just like, yeah, you know, I wanted you to come. And she was just like, oh, well. Well, it was a full-on, you know, really but not really face. I don't know why Giselle thinks that Katie gonna play nice with her from now on, because even though Giselle might just kind of look at this as a joke, you know, Katie is still pissed about it, so. But anyway, let's get on back to the old gala. Okay, we gotta say it like like this: the old gala. Uncle Jessup, Daddy, and Karen, you know, they gather all of the masses. And bitch, it was a few people. I mean, totally a few people. It was like when Mona be pulling that shit on Love and Hip Hop, just have motherfuckers come off the street, okay? They're gonna have a speech about, you know, how important this is to them in the goddamn living room. Ashley finally gets there with her husband, and she's ringing the doorbell. Okay, there's some problems with that. First of all, if you're having a party, can you have somebody responsible for the door? We can't keep running back and forth if we trying to entertain people and trying to get some money from them, right? So she's ringing the doorbell, ring the doorbell, ring the doorbell. Karen and her husband are ignoring the doorbell because they're trying to give their speech right now. Everybody's looking like kind of smirking like, don't she hear the damn doorbell? Bitch, she do hear the doorbell. She right by the damn doorbell box. She annoyed that Ashley and them keep ringing the doorbell. I'm thinking like, Ashley don't know that, bitch, we all standing right there in the front vestibule. Shit. They finally wrap up their damn speech, and then she opens the door, you know, and it's Ashley and her husband. I'm sure she's annoyed that, you know, they did that right in the middle of her trying to hit these bitches up for some money. You know, she lets her in, and Ashley's like, fuck, I ain't know we was having a party right here. They might as well have opened the door and, you know, let it spill out onto the porch, you know, take the damn barbecue pit out on the front driveway like y'all niggas do. She gets in there and what? Ashley tells the girls, well, it's not all of them. Katie is not over there, and the other lady, I think, was there, wasn't over there, but it was Giselle, Charisse, Robin, and Ashley, I believe. They were all sitting over to the side, and Ashley tells them Karen said that she wouldn't want her daughter hanging around them. They're bad influences, and they're all just like, what? Why would she say that about us? I don't think to myself, I'm thinking to myself like, why don't you realize that Ashley got that story together wrong? Ashley is close to the damn daughter's age. Them girls, none of the rest of them would be hanging out with Karen's daughter anyway, you know, so it was just like, I mean, I even knew that from the beginning, that that's what Karen meant when she said that, if she said that to Ashley. She got them all, you know, pseudo riled up. They're all like, we got to talk to Karen about this. And then, of course, when Karen comes up and, you know, Ashley says, you said that you didn't want your daughter Raven hanging around us. And Karen was just like, what? I said I did not want my daughter Raven hanging around you. Okay, and I'm done with it. I'm not talking about it anymore. She walked off. Later on, she explained to the girls, I didn't say that I didn't want them hanging around you guys. Why would she be hanging around fucking 40-year-old bitches anyway? I'm talking about my daughter talking to this girl, 27. Oh, we was wondering what you meant by that. Bitch, you knew what the fuck she meant. And you knew that Ashley had it wrong. Ashley knew she had the shit wrong. She was just trying to, you know, stir up a little bit something, but she just kept on, what? I'm just saying what she said. Bitch, take your ass home. You don't need to be there. Karen has now turned down her nose because she's tried a few times to, you know, get you right so that you can be an upstanding woman of Potomac. But yeah, it ain't gonna happen. So that's it for the old gala. That's it for Ashley and Karen's friendship. Alright, you guys, so that's it. Let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.